Hello everyone, and in this video I'm gonna explain what is Blender, how to use it, and hopefully you're gonna learn something new and useful. So what is Blender? Blender is a 3D designer that lets you design in 3 dimensions. Also, you can use Blender for 3D animations, as you can see right here. So by designing your 3D object, you can then print it by using the 3D printer. This can become really handy when it comes to Khalifa University projects, as you will face a lot of projects in your career that will require some help of the 3D printer. By designing your own project and then print it, this is gonna really help you on your projects. So let's go on how to download it. It's a free open source app by going in www.blender.org and then go to the download menu and you can then download it. You can see here it's download Blender for Windows. Also, it's available on the other platforms as you can see right here. So let's go to show you how to use Blender. So once you download Blender, this is the first thing you're gonna see. So let's try to make a new file in Blender by going here under new file and click on general. Here is the starting page of Blender. Every time you start a new file, this is the cube gonna appear. So let me explain you the basic rules, basic tools of Blender. Firstly, we have the select box. Here you can select your items and objects. Also, we have the move tool. You can move your tool by simply pressing G on your keyboard. As you can see here, we're moving it in a 3D. Also, we have the rotate tool. You can rotate your object by simply pressing R on your keyboard, as you can see. Also, we have the scale tool. You can scale your object by pressing S on your keyboard, minimize it, or make it bigger. Also, one important thing is how to move in 3D. Move your camera. By pressing the middle mouse, you can move in 3 dimensions. So after explaining the tools of a Blender, let's try to make a simple 3D object. Let's try to make a 3D cup as shown to you. This may look hard, but in reality, if you follow my steps, it will be easier. So let's start with the starting cube you're given with. Let's go here to the left upper corner and click on the object mode. Then to the edit mode. Then up here on the select mode, click the upper face of your cube, click delete on your keyboard, then faces. This shape will appear. Now we need to make our cup a little bit thicker. So here on your right side, click on the modifier properties, click add modifier, under generate, go a little bit down, click on solidify. Here we can adjust the thickness of our shape. So let's make it a little bit thicker by pressing the arrow key, or basically you can write the measurement you want. So I think this is fine thickness for our cup. Now let's curve our cup a little bit so it look more like a cup. On your left side, click on bevel. Select your item. This yellow dot will appear. Just drag it to the upside a little bit so this shape will appear. So I think this is fine. Now as you can see here our cup shape. So let's try now and make the holder. So let's back to the edit mode and go back to the object mode. Here click add, under the mesh category click the torus shape, basically the donut shape. Move the donut shape a little bit to the right. Move your camera by pressing the middle mouse button to the upside like this. Then click here on toggle X-ray, click back to the object mode, go back to the edit mode, double tap the A button, so this blue lines will appear. This will basically let us design in 3D, make it design in 3D. So basically the holder is half of this donut shape, right? So let's delete the half of it. How are we gonna do it? Select box, then select the middle of it. After you select the half of it, click delete on your keyboard, then faces. This holder shape will appear. Double click on A, click on the toggle X-ray to disable it. Then let's go back to the object mode. Now by moving the camera by the middle mouse button, let's move the holder to stick it to our cup. So you can zoom in and zoom out by scrolling the middle mouse button also. So let's try to make it in. Let's press the G button to make it closer up here. Move the camera a little bit to this side. Move the holder again to make it closer to our cup. Again to this side, make it closer to our cup. Now let's rotate it a little bit by pressing the R button on your keyboard. Then again to the R button on your keyboard. Maybe now we can scale it a little bit down by pressing the S on your keyboard. This is fine, I think. Now let's make it a little bit closer to the left. So we stick it out. It's a little bit tilty. You can just press the R button and just move it a little bit. Like this. Maybe move it to the right a little bit by pressing the G button. And maybe make it closer to our cup like this. Maybe rotate it down a little bit by pressing the R button. Then G again to make it closer like this. And as you can see here, by scrolling the mouse button and zooming out, here our cup, the final product. I hope you learned from this session and it may be useful to you. Thank you very much.